Hey guys, this is question number 2 of JustMisterP Answers Your Questions. Now this question came to me via email from Fahim W. He asks, have you heard of Sofurgofromashes? People are claiming him to be Michael. Now to answer your question, I've never heard of him till I received your email, but after receiving your email I decided to do a little research on Sofurgofromashes. Now when I went to the channel's description, this is the description that was up. I have been a loving fan of Michael Jackson for more than 30 years now. Sadly, he's no longer with us, but his music and his magical soul shall be forever unbreakable. In my channel you can find tributes to MJ's book Dancing the Dream, and also myself dancing to some MJ songs I love. Tribute to the greatest, dearest MJ. Now Sofurgofromashes' YouTube channel is a fan channel dedicated to Michael Jackson. From what I see, Sofurgofromashes isn't Michael Jackson. Some may agree, some may disagree, but let me explain. First reason why Sofurgofromashes isn't Michael Jackson. Now Sofurgofromashes has read a lot of poetry from infamous poets in multiple videos in which you hear his voice.
Delight in our eyes, he raked his hat, slant over his brow, and took a pose on his toes for all of us. And we laughed and stomped our feet for him.
When you hear his voice, he sounds absolutely nothing like Michael. This is what the real Michael Jackson sounds like.
In the past month, I've gone from where is he to here he is again. But I must confess it feels good to be thought of as a person, not as a personality.
Second reason why Sofurgofromashes isn't Michael Jackson. The hands tell a story the same ways the eyes do, and his hands aren't a match to Michael Jackson's. Okay, now let's compare their hands. Now Michael Jackson is on the left hand side of the screen and Sofurgofromashes is on the right. The difference in the way Michael Jackson poses his hand compared to the way that Sofurgofromashes poses his hand. Now, Sofurgofromashes seems to pose his hand in almost a boomerang shape, while Michael Jackson's hand is posed in an L shape. Not only that, Michael Jackson's hand is a little darker with red undertones, while Sofurgofromashes' hand is lighter with no undertones of redness at all. Also noticing that Sofurgofromashes has slightly chubbier fingers while Michael's fingers are more on the slimmer side, and also Michael has a habit of always pointing out his pinky when he raises out his hand. Now let's look at the back of the hands. Now this first photo is of Michael's hands in 2009, where you can see Michael at age 50, his age was beginning to show through his hands. That's one thing that does age on the body is your hands. Your hands will become a little more wrinkled as you get older, even if it doesn't show in your face. That's one thing people seem to forget. Not only that, Michael had a disease called vitiligo, lest we not forget that, and his melanin that he actually lost never left from under his fingernails. So that was one thing that you could always see on Michael's hands, was the melanin that his skin did retain under his fingernails. Now let's look at Michael's hands side by side with Sofurgofromashes. Now comparing these side by side, remember the photo of Michael is from the year 2009 at age 50, while this photo of Sofurgofromashes is from 2011 from one of his videos. Now this is from 2011. The one on the left, Michael Jackson's hands, is from 2009. Now in 2009, Michael Jackson was displaying some ageism in his hands, being that he was age 50, so he did display some sort of wrinkles on his skin due to his age. Not only that, as I said the first time around, Michael Jackson's nails retained some of his melanin that he actually lost due to his skin disease called vitiligo. Sofurgofromashes does not display any discoloration or anything on his hands regarding that he had a skin disease. Not only that, Michael Jackson's hands, as I said, are displaying some sort of wrinkles, and Sofurgofromashes' hands are actually more on the youthful side, so you can see that this is a younger person. Just the differences in the age between the hands is obvious that they're not the same person. Unless Michael Jackson had found the Fountain of Youth in 2011, then Sofurgofromashes is not him. Third reason why Sofurgofromashes isn't Michael Jackson. Now in another video on Sofurgofromashes' YouTube channel, you'll see that he's standing there in the sun with a shadow covering him, but in this video he has on no face mask, so you can actually see his face shape. Now I'm gonna put his shadow shape next to Michael's shadow shape, and you'll see the actual differences between his shadow and Michael's shadow. In Michael's shadow, you can see that Michael's nose is more pointed, while Sofurgofromashes' nose is more rounded. Now when you merge the photos, you can see obviously that the shadows between Michael Jackson and Sofurgofromashes is no match at all. There's differences when you actually change the opacity between the two, and you can see that the nose is different and the head shape is different, as well as the body shape. This shadow is not a match to Michael Jackson. There are so many more reasons as to why Sofurgofromashes isn't Michael Jackson. In the hoax community since the very beginning, I've learned so much about the false flags of impersonators being or pretending to be Michael Jackson on the internet since June 25th, 2009. There have been too many instances where YouTubers or fans themselves find Michael in these impersonators, when a majority of the impersonators never say that they're Michael themselves. When some of these impersonators hear that fans believe they are Michael Jackson after the public death on June 25, 2009, some of the impersonators will go along with it as entertainment, not realizing the frenzy this causes among Michael's fans. Thank you, Fahim W, for submitting your question. I hope I was able to answer it for you. Also, thank you to the Moonwalkers who tuned into this video. If you'd like to see a part 2 of this video, then let me know in the comments section down below. Also, please continue to like, subscribe, and comment on these videos as more content is coming. And if you would like to submit a question for video response, please feel free to message me on social media or email me. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time.